This video is being created by Dynamic Enterprise Technologies. If you want to contact us, here's our contact information. This is about the Connected Business SDK. I'm on the page for SDK 19.2. These are the requirements to get it working. I'm assuming you've already got the SDK installed and you're starting to use it. So we'll first check and confirm the SDK is installed. The tools, extensions, and updates. We should see Dev Express in here. That was one of the requirements. Should see the GAX 2010, and we should see the Connected Business SDK. Then we go New Project, Installed, Templates, Guidance Packages. We should see Guidance Packages, and then we should see Connected Business SDK. You can choose C# or Visual Basic. We'll click OK. Your root namespace would normally be something like your company name or your domain name. In this case, I'm going to go DYNENT Tech. That's our domain name. Your project name is your choice. It's now going to proceed to generate a solution with quite a few projects. You can delete the projects you won't be needing, and quite often you can delete the client deployment. If you're making a plugin, you won't need to create a deployment. Also, if you're not making a web service or a website, you don't need server. For the remaining projects, you should make sure they build. Starting with the shared components, then going to the facade, and the presentation layer. And the business logic. If something didn't build, then you have a problem. You're going to have to fix that before proceeding. Next, you want to make the presentation layer the startup project. We then need to connect to our database. And talking about databases, let's go take a look and see what we have. You need two databases. One I'll refer to as the development database. And here we will use a new company default. You can just create a new company with the new company wizard, then register it with your license. So the objects created will have your developer ID in the name. I'll use new company default as my development database. And then you need a test database, and that can be any database. We'll use the demo US database for that. That's going to be where we're going to install our plugin and make sure that it works properly. So our SDK needs to be connected to this database for our development work. So to do that, we need to right mouse click on our presentation layer, go to Connected Business SDK, choose Edit, App Config, and we'll be given the opportunity to connect to a database. These names don't matter, but I will just call this development. Just going to copy in the server and instance name. And the database name. Make sure everything's working, and save and close. So in the presentation project, we need to set some properties. Application, assembly information. I'm just going to type in here these placeholders. The version numbers matter. So after you create your first release and install it somewhere, you should be increasing these version numbers so that Connected Business knows that you do have a new version of the plugin being installed. I'm going to save this project in solution. I closed Visual Studio. I went to the folder where I am creating the project. This particular file, it's important that you make a backup of it at this point. In case it gets corrupted, you can have a backup and you can put it into place. So I'm just going to save that and call it BAK. Okay, that's everything you need to do to start a new project.